Going on? How we doing? Bob Means, good morning. Zishan, good morning. MT, good morning. Trader J, you volatility been playing Redemption Song all morning. Let's get it. Let's get it. I agree. Jolie, good morning. Scott, good morning. Jordan, good morning. Marius, good morning. Marius says, let's make some money. Zishan says, let's lose some money. Not sure which one I should agree with. So, give you guys an update on yesterday real quick. So 2 o'clock came around and I tried to trade a couple evals, or well, I was trying to just trade one eval, but I ended up trading 5 total, and I finally passed one, which wasn't until 2:30. 2:30, I tried trading the 2 o'clock news, and it just kept faking me out. I would literally jump in based off of a level, and it would just fake it out, and it happened 4 times in a row. And then finally, I grabbed one more and waited till 2:30, and that one worked. So now we're back up to the 2 PAs. They're fresh. But yeah, yesterday sucked. Yesterday capped off a crappy April as far as trading goes. We're not going to get a single payout from the April trading. From the March trading, we got a payout in April, but it wasn't from April's trading. For April's trading, we're actually going to be net negative from the accounts themselves. So looking to turn it around here in May, and let's see what happens. Obviously, yesterday was not a good start for May, but Knives, good morning. Got about 2.5 minutes here. Feel like we have the obvious level up to the high. Well, let's see what Team Ticks looks like. Yeah, it looks like next to nothing. We might actually end up front running. I saw this area right when I first clicked in, was right here. This general area right there. Support, resistance. Tried to use it as support again. That's most likely going to be where we look for our long. Then we might look for that, because it looks like we poked through here a bunch of times, but we did get a little bit lower. So we might actually try to front run the lows of these candles. We'll see. Got about 1.5 minutes here to figure it out. That's kind of what I'm looking for. We're going 10 contracts. We're going to go back to what got us the payouts, which was doing 10 contracts up front for the first 3, possibly 4 days. And then we can dumb it down a little bit from there because we'll already be at payout levels. So that's the idea. That's what we're going to look to do moving forward. Because like I said, had we done that on the past 2 accounts instead of going back down or going to 5 contracts, assuming we needed the 8 trading days, so we were just trying to split it up between the 8 trading days, had we just hit it for 10 the first 3 or 4, we would have been perfectly fine taking less contracts, and we might have been able to survive yesterday's trade. But it is what it is. All right, we got 1 minute left. It looks like these are going to be our levels. Let's see. This would... Yeah, so that still front runs that bottom candle. And a little bit. All right, so that's what we're looking at. Might be a little too close on that one on the bottom, but I'm trying to stay in front of that candle, these 2 candles down here. Turn these into an OCO. Really like that I figured that out. I have to try to put my order out a little bit quicker than usual. We'll see what happens. Could have, in theory, front ran here and here. Might have been the better option, to be honest, if I have time. Oh, there you go. In and out. So it looks like this would have worked as well. It is faking that area out, but it looks like that would have worked. It looks like he might have just got filled, but it looks like it would have worked. All right, so that's how it's supposed to happen. You're in, you're out. Up 710 after commissions. On to the next day. So for anybody watching the last week, today's trade is how it's supposed to happen. That is the edge. In, out, done. None of this drawdown crap. So I think maybe we just needed a fresh start. Maybe we needed to get humbled. Maybe we needed that mental psyche of not getting too confident, because we were starting to get a little confident had we got those 2 payouts last month. But hey, it worked. Guys, tomorrow morning, the giveaway. Don't forget, be here. Drawdowns exist. Yes, you can't ignore them. But the edge is no drawdown. The edge is to be in and out right away. Jordan, yes, that's what I like to hear. So had you put your order up here above this level, it looks like you might have got your 15 ticks. Let's see what 15 ticks look like. Let me go down to one contract. Yeah, it's so close. I mean, according to this, you would have. And that's where I had my order. And it looks like you still would have got filled. So hopefully if you had your order up there, it worked out. But the way that this was kind of just going sideways, and we had such clear levels to go above and below, I felt like front running those levels was the right move. Definitely yet another fake out though. Crazy. Even though it worked, it's still kind of a fake out to the upside there. They took this key level that we found, right? Even go more, you could even go more left with this. But resistance, support, 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 resistance, support. It was, and then kind of support and then kind of resistance. So it was the obvious line, the next line up, and it's like they're just taking advantage of that lately. They're even doing it here. Look, they're trying to sweep the lows. Is there any news today? Today is, what is today? Thursday? Unemployment claims, that was at 8:30. So yeah, there's nothing else today. Tomorrow's the big day at 8:30. So I will probably, I had a bunch of stuff to do. I had to go to the landfill this morning. All the backyard work that I've been doing, I had to take a lot of that to the landfill. My cousin came over with his truck and we did that. So I wasn't even here for 8:30, which I was saying I'm glad I wasn't, because it looks like it would have been another failed eval, because we had the key level here and this was definitely not 62 ticks. It would have faked us out. So yes, tomorrow, I'm just sorry, I get excited to give you guys some money. I really do. And I just know how much fun the wheel is. So tomorrow morning, be here. All you gotta do is be here. The giveaway will be running to get your exclamation point money in chat all morning until 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, the giveaway entries end and the wheel starts. It's that simple. And the rules are, you want to be the last one. You don't want to be first. You want to be the last one. It's an elimination wheel. Steve, of course I'm not there when it works. Yesterday and today was instantaneous on the front run. I couldn't cancel my short fast enough. I just did it. Did it just in time. Good stuff, good stuff. So Alan, I'm going back to what got me the payouts. I thought I was being slick by going down to 5 contracts, knowing I had to trade 8 days anyway. But when I got my payouts, I did 10 contracts for at least the first 3 trades. And if it worked, then I could start dumbing it down just to get the payout. But those first 3 trades really kind of push the envelope. And if I'm going to blow an account, I'd rather it be within the first 3 or 4 trades versus the last couple like I did last month. I actually might do another dump run. Dump. By dump, I mean landfill. Does anybody call it the dump? Anybody else? Am I the only one? Or does everyone call it the landfill? If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm here till 10 o'clock. Dump? Yeah. The dump is the toilet? I feel like I've been calling it the dump my whole life. It's not even until like later in life you even think about calling it the landfill, because it's like the more adult thing to say. What's your question? And why am I scared? Does Apex like it? So, Jess, I have 4 payouts. All 4 payouts were doing exactly this, using 10 contracts. And then I went as far to, I'm pretty sure on one of the payouts, I went all the way down to 1 contract, but the trade itself was the same. So I always took the opening trade for 15 ticks. It was just for less contracts. And I don't think that they care too much as long as you're being consistent with your trade. Now, if you're flipping the account, that's essentially saying I'm just getting in and out really fast on 1 MNQ contract, when usually I trade, say, 1 to 10 contracts on the NQ for 15 ticks. Does that make sense? So they're just looking for consistency in your trading, not necessarily the size. You just can't, the size part is where the 30% rule comes in. You just can't go over that 30% rule. I'm so happy I want to cry. Thanks, RB. Aaron, I love it. Why did we blow accounts yesterday? Because the trade didn't work? I'm confused at your question. It sucks because, man, if yesterday worked and then if tomorrow is an easy trade, I'm going to be sad because then we would have been the payout on that account. But it is what it is. That's the past. We're moving forward. Is it crazy that I front run both sides for 10 ticks every morning and it's been working? I check the relevant levels to make sure there is room for my ticks. Not at all, man. Look, the opening range trade has been around since the beginning of time. How you correlate it into your own edge, that's what matters. Just because someone is trading a certain way does not mean that's how you should trade. I mean, it can be. You can take it as like a base. So when I was learning how to trade, that's essentially what I would do. I watched so many videos where everyone was like, don't follow, don't follow, don't follow. It'll never work. It'll never work. It'll never work. I didn't listen. I still went and tried to follow someone and realized I was taking essentially the same trades, but I didn't know how to manage the trade once I was in the trade. So like if he did something and I thought something else and I wouldn't do it exactly like he was, or I got like a different fill and then he got his take profit, but I didn't because my fill was a little bit higher because my fill to get in was worse. Like following doesn't work. But if you can take what they're doing as a base and really understand why they're doing what they're doing and then turn it into your own using all of your knowledge that you've gained from trading, from sitting here in front of the charts, reading the price action, seeing the levels get hit, seeing the levels get broke, like whatever it is that you see, whatever you find an edge in, that is what you're supposed to do. You take someone else's base strategy and you make it your own. That is the best advice I can ever give you. Following is never going to work long term. It just isn't. Unless you somehow get the exact same entries and exact same fills as someone that you're following, it's never going to work long term because you're always going to get stuck in a position that they got out of and then you have no idea what to do with it after that point because they're not in it anymore. So you're essentially not following them anymore. So that's the best advice I can give you is never follow. Take what you think you know and back test it. Either use a sim account, use an eval account. It's safe. Like there's so many things that you can do to basically practice. Should you be going for these PA accounts if you don't even have an edge? No, you should be taking the eval accounts and practicing finding an edge. The only reason I YOLO the eval accounts now is because I feel that I found an edge that I can get multiple payouts on. So the eval stage to me no longer matters. I did try something this time around. I tried to go from 10 contracts to 5 just to space it out over 8 days or 8 trades. And I don't think that works too well because you're taking that same risk 8 specific times. But if I can only take that high risk for 3 or even 4 times, and then the other 4 days, I can take a lot less risk to get the same result. I kind of like that idea. And that's what's worked for me so far. And so that's what I'm going back to. I tried to see. The thing is, if you come up with an idea, if you never try the idea, you'll never know if it works or not. So that's where the 5 contract theory over 8 trades came in, because I'm like, well, if I could just avoid the 10 contract risk the entire time, maybe it'll work better. But as you can see, when it reverses, whether you have 10 contracts or 5 contracts, the odds are you're going to get stopped out regardless. So to me, I'd rather just hopefully hit 3-4 good trades in a row with 10 contracts, and then I can go all the way down to like 2 or 3 contracts and really kind of piece my way there. And then I do have a lot of wiggle room. So that's my thought process. New camera? No, same camera. Well, it's a new camera. I've had it for a month, maybe 2 months now. Sounds about right, Joel. Target 21 ticks. Nice, nice, nice. Like Steve, he followed. It didn't work for the first time, but he did it. I mean, kind of true. Seriously, I was at payout. Why did we change mentality? Talk about the psyche of trading based on how much we are up, whether we are at payout or not. Why do we change plans? Yeah, I mean, I think I just explained that a little bit. Like, changing the psyche or the plan, a lot of times you're just trying to make it better. But just because you changed the plan and thought about the plan does not mean it is better. But you'll never know if it's not better unless you try it. So I think that was my premise for the whole 5 contracts thing. Jesse, what's going on? I was going to say, I remember Jess, but not Jesse. How are you doing this morning? Don't forget to hit that like button on the way out. I know a lot of people come here just for the trade and then they leave. So you guys got me for another 18 minutes. Ask away. Ask away. Scott, have you hit the flatten button? Also, are you on the main account when you hit the buttons? The copy trader, all copy traders kind of have that same issue. When you're dealing with high volatile times, a lot of the times you're going to have issues with it. But in theory, as long as you put your orders out, the orders out should be fine. So your entry should be fine. It's just a matter of getting filled to take profits. Freezes as soon as I try to change my buy stop. Well, how many accounts are you copying out of curiosity? Joel, if you still love it after watching me go through what I did the last 4 or 5 trading days, then you're good to go. Because that's not how it usually is. You're copy trading 19 accounts. I mean, that could be part of the problem. I know Matt, Trades by Matt copies that many, but he only does it on, like, he's not doing high volatile situations. What's the fastest way to pass eval safely? I would say doing the opening trade, but try to do it in like 3 days, three or 4 days. I know that's what Jordan's been doing, and it makes a lot of sense. He does, I don't know if it was 5 contracts, 4 or 5 contracts. I'd have to do the math. But for, I think, 21 ticks, and it would give him $1,000 after commissions. Yeah, Joel, that's all it was. But Scott, I plan on copy trading. I mean, I know Alpine copy trades as well. He uses the Quantower copy trader. And I mean, he does 10 plus accounts. Not that big of an issue. 10 contracts, 21 ticks. Yeah, that makes sense. Because if you break 62 down, 3,000. Yeah. That makes sense. Interesting, Scott. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong by any means. I haven't been in a situation where I'm copy trading that many accounts. I've been up to 4 total accounts that I've copy traded before, and I haven't had an issue, but 4 versus 19 is a big difference. Like I said, I've seen other people do it, but the people that have done it with 20 accounts, it's usually not in high volatile situations. So at the open, I could see it maybe messing up. But if you're going to cancel orders, I know that anytime that I thought something was stuck, I just hit the flatten button and that would work. That's why I always scroll down to make sure I have flatten and cancel orders ready. I just hit both of those and usually I'm good to go. That was me at FOMC yesterday. So yeah, the 2 o'clock move yesterday sucked, but the 2:30 move was nice and clean. Quantower is awesome. I like it way better than Ninja for copying too. Yeah. I mean, I don't have any experience with Ninja, but I've heard through a bunch of people that Ninja is not the best. I can't see my order on my chart, the little arrows. So you're not gonna be able to see this on mine, but right click and then go to settings. Right click on the chart, go to settings. Halfway down here. So once you're in the settings, go to visual trading and then positions and orders. So positions, you can click it up top. Orders, same thing. Trades, same thing. So just make sure that they're all on there. Stop loss, same thing. Take profit, same thing. So if you want them on your chart, just go ahead and make sure they're all checked. Has always worked in any situations, but as soon as I modified my order, it freezes. Good trading today. Keep up the positivity, brother. See ya. Yeah, so that sucks. So maybe that's an issue with just trying to change orders, is trying to do so many at once. Yeah, I could see that. I could see how it could freeze it up. I mean, maybe just make sure. I know this isn't a great answer, but maybe moving forward, just try to be in a position where you don't have to change the orders. I mean, they do call it a beta, so I mean, there is that as well. Like they're still working out all the kinks, and that might just be one of them. When you change the orders on 20 accounts, it might just not be able to handle it. Later, Joel. See you guys. Glad this strat worked. Focus on the long-term win-loss ratio. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. I know it's going to happen. It just sucks that it happened back to back. When I was going through last month, I was like, all I want to do is get one payout a month. So if I have one account or two accounts, it'll be at least $2,000. If I have 4 accounts, it'll be at least $4,000 and so on. And unfortunately, right at the end of the month, both of them gone. So a little frustrating. Beta for all the alphas. No problem, Zishan. All right, another 12 minutes here. Man, market is trying to give up all this positivity from this morning. Ooh. And my options are not looking great. Oh, yeah, crap. I got to look at JD. Oh, wow. Yeah, JD, like, gapped up. I don't know why. Why the market dipped, but JD gained today. Curious. Let's see. The move outpaced Mimo coming into today. The investment community will be closely monitoring your performance. I know they have earnings coming up. Are they starting to price that in? I don't want it to get out of hand, but my strike is at 31. That's where we're at currently. And just keep an eye on it. How is the hood? It's up a little today, but it's down off of the highs. Pretty good. And it's still up. I was in this thing down when it was under 13. So we're all the way up at 17 now, but we were up at over 20. It's hanging out around 17 though, as of late. Market is not looking great. I actually got in Tesla as well. I bought or sold a CSP, cash secured put at 170. I was using that as a pretty key area. It's the gap fill essentially. And that expires tomorrow. So it would have to get down to 170 by tomorrow, which it obviously could. That tends to follow the market a bit too, so this line is from yesterday. Yeah, this is a line from yesterday that it's trying to bounce off of. Actually going to get rid of these lines now. Drawing tools, remove all. So the next key level is this green to red. which we haven't. We actually gapped up. As you can see, the current low of today is actually right here now, where we're at, versus where it closed yesterday was here. So from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock, we actually gapped up somewhere over 500. But now we're trying to come back down. Bet people think I was asking how's the hood. Yeah, I guess that's something only I would know right offhand. It's crazy how the viewers disappear after after that trade, which is fine. Maybe I should did you guys see what Whelan did? I happened to be scrolling through Twitter and he posted a picture of him and his I don't even, was it a McLaren that he bought? And he put it, like, I guess he moved his studio to like his garage or something, because now apparently that's part of his setup. Let me see if he's live. He is. Let's see. Oh yeah, look, his title: Day Trading Live, McLaren for a background question mark. Oh, that's pretty funny. He is so annoying. If you go back and watch him, like when he was day trading stocks, like in the very beginning, like he seemed like a normal dude. But if you watch a video, like, here, let's just, let's see. Let me find one real quick. Let's go oldest. All right.
Someone said Teva's getting bad news here. TEVA. This one's been selling off. This one, I think it's literally.
But like, see. Hold on one sec. It's too much. It wouldn't let me change the sound. There's too much sound going on. Here we go.
G, let's see what's up with IDXG. Someone's calling that one out.
Can you guys hear him?
IDXG ran up big yesterday. Looking at this one.
But like, listen to like how calm and like
after hours. Nice.
Respectable he
IDXG
sounds.
might be in play today again. This one's got a big float. It doesn't really move like I like him. Like yesterday, you can really see just had a ton of volume, but didn't really want to go anywhere. I guess it did go from like 90 cents up to $1
to now
13 on that move, but overall it's
hold
kind
on.
of like
This is right now. Like, oh, you can't even see him.
What we got? Let me know in the chat. Whatever the poll says is what I'll do. Do I lock it in here, or do I fucking look at my chat trying to be all like smart and stuff?
Just look at him. He's like completely changed into this like crackhead mentality.
I'm gonna lock it in. 800 bucks on that last contract.
That's a good trader right there, letting his chat decide whether he should close it out or not.
The chat wins.
Some people, man, some people. Looks like it doesn't quite want to go lower just yet. We got about 5 minutes, and I'm gonna go knock out the rest of this landfill stuff. Anybody got any more questions? Hit me. Hit me with the questions. Hit me with your best shot. Do have to keep an eye on Tesla today, as well as JD. Those are my two main watches. I would love to see JD go down and finish tomorrow under 31 so I don't have to roll, because earnings is in 2 weeks and I'd rather not get into a position where I have to roll out for earnings. Later, Sean. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Yes, today seems like it was a good day for everybody. Looks like it worked for everybody. That's what I like to see. Paint bar trading. Good morning. Good morning. Good day. Yes, it is. It's always nice when it works. It's always nice when it works. You can get electric bikes for so cheap now. They're like almost the price of like a good regular bike. There's a path right across like the highway, not the highway, but it's like a highway. It's 4 lanes, but it's like a side street type highway kind of thing. It's not like a major highway. There's a path on the other side of it that will, when they're done with it, go all the way down to a beach, which I wonder how many miles that is. So it's almost 12 miles. And that's if it's a straight shot like driving. So it probably is 12 miles. So I was looking into getting like an e-bike so that I can take a ride all the way down to when the path is done, down to the beach. I think that'd be pretty cool. I thought it was going to be like $1,000, and I guess it would be for a really nice one, but I mean, I see some pretty nice ones that are only like 300, 400, 500, 600, like in that range. Question is like, how long does the battery last? How fast does it go? Et cetera, et cetera. I'll have to look into that at some point. I gotta wait till the path's done anyway, so that's probably gonna be another year or so. All right, guys. Well, I guess if there's nobody asking any questions, I'll give it the last minute. I don't want to cut anybody short. But appreciate y'all being here. I'll be here same time, same place tomorrow. Just checking in on Methodical. That's where I'll be heading as I go do the rest of my stuff this morning. You still in here, Methodical? Did it work out for you this morning? I'm assuming it did. I feel like this morning was a pretty good one for everybody. Methodical put out his affiliate video yesterday. It's always good to see. He's doing well. Very excited for him. It's definitely it can be a game changer. But the fact that he's upfront about it, that's what matters. He will have my respect. All right, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Appreciate y'all being here. Have a good rest of your day. Be here for the giveaway tomorrow. $155 on the line. Let's do it. Till then, have a good rest of your day. Peace.